where it's not easy is over in Congress. And there's a lot of reasons for that, a lot of division. One of the major things that's happening right now, of course, is our new House Speaker, Louisiana Congressmember Mike Johnson, elected actually lockstep, no Republican defections from that vote for the first time since 2011 when John Boehner became a speaker. But ultimately, a lot of Democrats have a lot of concerns about Mike Johnson. They're calling him the most conservative House Speaker they've seen yet. And one of the big issues here is Mike Johnson's stance on LGBTQ issues, including same-sex marriage. Cassie Simeon there in Washington, D.C. Bureau had a chance to speak with some of the members of the California caucus. Cassie, give us a sense of what they're saying about Mike Johnson, new House Speaker, and also his record on LGBTQ issues.
Well, Amrith, as two gay men in Congress, Representatives Mark Takano and Robert Garcia say they have deep concerns when it comes to Johnson's record, not just his attempts to overturn the 2020 election results, but also his history when it comes to fighting against marriage equality and gay rights. Johnson has a history of working with groups that support conversion therapy. And 2 decades ago, he authored a Friend of the Court brief that suggested intimate relationships between men should be criminalized. When Republican Mike Johnson won the Speaker's gavel last week, the Louisiana congressman was not well known outside of Capitol Hill. Now his record is under a microscope. The amicus brief he wrote to justify overturning the 2020 election results is well known. The Supreme Court rejected the argument and dismissed the case. Johnson's stance on LGBTQ rights is less known, but openly gay members of Congress are expressing deep concerns about it.
He doesn't believe in gay education being taught in schools. He doesn't believe that gay people should have protections in the workplace. Certainly does not support gay marriage. I mean, he argued in front of the Louisiana State Supreme Court on multiple occasions against any sort of marriage protections in that state. And so he's even more extreme on this issue than Kevin McCarthy was. And so I think it's very concerning.
Johnson authored numerous op-eds in his hometown paper on LGBTQ rights. In 2003, he took issue with the Supreme Court decision to overturn Texas's sodomy laws. Johnson writing that there is, quote, no right to sodomy in the Constitution, and the right of privacy in the home has never placed all activities within the home as outside the bounds of criminal law. Speaking to Fox News after becoming Speaker, Johnson tried to downplay the concerns of LGBTQ advocates, saying he has no animus towards gay people and respects the Supreme Court's decision to legalize same-sex marriages.
I am a rule of law guy. I made a career defending the rule of law. I respect the rule of law. When the Supreme Court issued the Obergefell opinion, that became the law of the land, okay? I respect the rule of law, but I also genuinely love all people, regardless of their lifestyle choices.
Yet moments later, Johnson sent what appeared to some as a conflicting signal, saying the Bible shapes his beliefs.
It's curious. People are curious. What does Mike Johnson think about any issue under the sun? I said, well, go pick up a Bible off your shelf and read it. That's my worldview. That's what I believe.
The Bible is silent on gay marriage, but does call sodomy, quote, an abomination, and that those who commit such an act should be put to death. For members of the LGBTQ Equality Caucus, like California Congressman Mark Takano, who is openly gay, Johnson's comments raised a red flag.
Mike Johnson believes that being gay is a lifestyle choice. He says, I love everybody, regardless of their lifestyle choices. That is a very insidious and extreme statement. It's insulting. It is not compassionate.
We reached out to Johnson's team for clarification on his comments, but we did not hear back. Now, just last year, President Joe Biden signed the Respect for Marriage Act into law. That gave protections to gay couples as well as interracial couples at the federal level. If you'll recall, Amrith, it was a bipartisan bill in both the House and the Senate, so it would be difficult to repeal at this point. But experts say we can expect that Democrats will likely bring some other legislation to the floor in the coming weeks and months to try and bolster protections for LGBTQ individuals in light of Johnson's election as Speaker.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out on the campaign trail for a lot of these swing district Republicans who have voted for Mike Johnson and previously for Jim Jordan. These politics are going to be in the air, to say the least. Cassie Simeon, thank you so much for giving us that reporting and speaking to our California caucus and to Congress.